What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. So good to have you here. Got a lot to talk about this week in the Zone news. John Woo's The Killer gets a remake. M3GAN, the horror film, has a spinoff. Stephen King's The Monkey. We get a release date on that. And we got to react together to the Penguin trailer. So let's dive right in. The Zone news. So I didn't know about this one. But apparently John Woo's fantastic movie, The Killer, is getting a remake through Peacock. Not sure how I feel about this one. That is a fantastic movie. But apparently there's a remake in the works, and we now have a release date. Let's check it out. All right, so this is coming from comingsoon.net. All right. And it says The Killer remake, release date set for Peacock's John Woo remake. So Peacock has finally set The Killer remake release date for Universal Pictures' forthcoming English language reimagining of Hong Kong filmmakers John Woo's classic action crime movie. Yes, it was a classic. Is a classic. So when is The Killer remake release date? Led by Lupin's Omar Sy and Game of Thrones alum uh, Natalie Emmanuel. The Killer is scheduled to make its debut on August 23rd exclusively on Peacock. This comes after 35 years since the theatrical release of the original movie, which starred Chow Yun-fat, Danny Lee, and Sally Ye. In the 1989 movie, an assassin takes on one last mission in order to get the money needed for the eye surgery of the female singer he accidentally blinded. So that is the story of the original. Now, here's some details about the remake. The remake follows Emmanuel Z, a feared contract killer known as the Queen of the Dead in Paris criminal underworld, reads the synopsis via NBC.com. When she refuses to murder a young blind woman on the orders of her handler, Finn, Z finds herself hunted by old colleagues and a determined detective named Sai. Now, here is why I am a little interested in this remake. Here's why. Because Peacock's The Killer is once again directed by Wu from a screenplay written by Brian Hedgeland. Joining Sai and Emmanuel in the remake are Sam Worthington of Avatar, Diana Silvers, and a whole bunch of other actors and actresses. And the film is also being produced by Wu, Charles Roven, and a bunch of others. Okay, so here we go. So again, the only reason why I am going to even give this a shot is because John Woo's involved. He's directing it, he's producing it. So clearly, he's going to make sure if it's going to be a remake of something that he has done, that it'll be good. But outside of that, I don't know, man. Sometimes I hate to be. No, I'm not going to say it. We'll give it a shot. We'll see. Because again, John Woo's in it. John Woo's involved. So because John Woo's involved, this might not be a bad thing. This might be pretty dope. But do me a favor, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Did you see the first one, the original Killer? Whoo! Let me know what your thoughts are about the remake in the comments. Let's talk about it. So as y'all know, if you follow this channel, I'm not really big on horror. That's one of the few movie genres I'm not really a big fan of. But I am a fan of good movies, and I'm a fan of cool stories. And sometimes, for me anyways, I will find a horror film that's cool and a cool story. Because at the end of the day, I love film. It's just, horror is not something I gravitate to. However, M3GAN, I believe it came out back in 2021, was one of the horror films that I watched and enjoyed. I thought it was awesome and not scary, but definitely fun to watch. And apparently there is a spinoff to the M3GAN story to expand on the M3GAN universe. Um, let's take a look. All right, so this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. It says M3GAN getting horror spinoff Soulmate from Atomic Monster Bloomhouse. Kate Dolan, who helmed the 2021 thriller You Are Not My Mother, is on board to direct the film. So M3GAN, the hit horror movie from James Wan's Atomic Monster and Jason Blum's Bloomhouse, is getting a spinoff. The two companies known for their horror output are in active development on Soulmate, a thriller that expands the M3GAN universe, according to Wan and Bloom, who are producing the project. Soulmate is on the fast track. The project is already dated for January 2nd, 2026, so 2 years, okay. Released via Universal. That's a similar birth as M3GAN, which opened January 6th, 2023, before going on to dance its way to 181 million worldwide. Oh, snap. That came out in 2023. I said 2021. Damn, time flies, y'all. My bad. I knew it was recent, but for some reason I thought it came out longer than that a while ago, but I guess not. So, anyways, 181 million worldwide. So, Kate Dolan, who helmed the 2021 thriller You Are Not My Mother, is on board to direct. Let's get to the where it talks about the story. Here we go. So, described as an erotic thriller, the film sees a man acquires an artificially intelligent android to cope with the loss of his recently deceased wife. In an attempt to create a truly sentient partner, he inadvertently turns a harmless love bot into a deadly soulmate. And it goes on to talk about the film. So if you go on to read the article, it actually makes the film a little more interesting than just a dude coping with his passing of his wife, gets a robot, and the robot goes crazy. Um, they actually talk more about how this is a film about dealing with loneliness and loss, and diving into that. Um, Still sounds familiar, but I like James Wan, and so I think it'll be good. M3GAN was cool. M3GAN was like I said, was fun to watch from a horror standpoint. I enjoyed it, and this sounds interesting if they nail what they're trying to accomplish, which is really dealing with loneliness and what a person was willing to do, which again sounds familiar, but if done correctly, might be pretty dope. And like I said, James Wan, his resume speaks for itself with The Conjuring, the Saw films, in the Insidious, again, M3GAN, Annabelle, and all of those films, and Aquaman. So clearly he knows what he's doing in this genre. I didn't mean to call Aquaman a horror flick, but James Wan did do it, and it was really successful. But with that being said, what do you all think about M3GAN getting its own universe, if you will, with the spinoff Soulmate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So, for someone that is not a big horror fan, I have more horror film news. Now, like I said, not big on horror, but I do watch some. But it's just again one of those genres I don't gravitate to. Now, this is going to sound weird, and you can judge me in the comments if you want to. We could talk about it because I'm not a huge horror fan, but I am a huge Stephen King fan. Like huge. I love his books. Love them. I read them when I was very young, all the way up through elementary school, middle school, high school, and into my adulthood, and I read them now. Um, but because I love his writing, but I'm not a big fan of horror films, but I do love Stephen King. And so anytime there's a Stephen King adaptation, I'm here for it. Now, have they always been great? Hell no. But have there been some good ones? Hell yes. Misery, It, to name a couple, right? So clearly, when I hear that there's a Stephen King adaptation coming, I am interested. And not only do we have another horror film update, but more James Wan update. Let's dive into it. All right, so this is coming from Joe Blow. It says The Monkey, Stephen King adaptation from James Wan and Osgood Perkins secures February 2025 release. So not far from now. Neon has scheduled a February 2025 release for a Stephen King adaptation coming from director Osgood Perkins and producer James Wan. So it says back in March, we heard that production had wrapped on Stephen King adaptation The Monkey, which is coming our way from the team up of genre regular James Wan and director Osgood Perkins, whose credits include The Black Coat's Daughter, aka February, I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, Gretel and Hansel, and the upcoming Nicolas Cage horror film Longlegs. The Monkey has a theatrical release on February 21st, 2025. So we'll be getting two Osgood Perkins movies from Neon just 7 months apart. So here's the story. The film will tell the following story. When twin brothers Hal and Bill discover their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths starts occurring all around them. The brothers decide to throw the monkey away and move on with their lives. Growing apart over the years, but when the mysterious deaths begin again, the brothers must reunite to find a way to destroy the monkey for good before it takes the lives of everyone close to them. So, Theo James, the White Lotus, plays the twins in later years, while Christian Convery, Sweet Tooth, plays them in the younger days. Elijah Wood is in this class. Tatiana Maslany from She-Hulk, Colin O'Brien, Rohan Campbell, and Sarah Levy are all in this film. And again, James Wan and Michael Clear are producing. While, so, and it goes on to talk about their love for Stephen King and so on and so forth. So this is exciting news to me because, again, I am a Stephen King fan, and James Wan is a horror film fanatic and is good at it, and he's producing it. So I'm on board. I'm looking forward to this. For those who don't know, real quick, why this is exciting to me is because The Monkey is a short story that was in by Stephen King, and when I read it, it was in The Skeleton Crew, and The Skeleton Crew was a book of short stories by Stephen King, and The Monkey is one of my favorite stories in that collection. There's multiple others. There's The Raft that's in Skeleton Crew, The Mist, The Monkey. What else? Let me look it up. Cain Rose Up, The Wedding Gig, and a bunch of others. But The Skeleton Crew, if you're a Stephen King fan, I'm sure you read it. If you're a horror book or a horror film, horror person, Skeleton Crew is awesome. But anyways, it's a bunch of short stories, and The Monkey is one of my favorites, along again with The Raft and The Mist in that book. So I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to this. Again, even though I'm not a horror film person, I will definitely be watching this along with the Pennywise series, Welcome to Derry, that's coming out. But what do y'all think about this news? Are you excited for it as much as I am? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, so they dropped a trailer for Max's new series, The Penguin, that's coming out, and it's been out for a couple of days, but I wanted to react with you all. So let's do it together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I'll be calling the shots.
Yeah, that looked crazy.
Look at this. What that madman did. Listen, Sal. Carmine Falcone's dead.
Oh, wow.
And I'm here now. I'll be calling the shots.
I like that.
The Falcones are still licking their wounds. They're distracted. Their business will be ripe for the taking.
My father's been dead a week. You want to take what's mine?
I'm the daughter of the Falcone Don, but he's dead. The family thinks I'm broken. I'm not broken.
You and me, kid. We gotta take whatever we decide is ours. Because no one's gonna give it to us. We're not without a fight.
Penguin, you work for the family. You will do as you're told.
I refuse to let these old men push me aside again. So I'm gonna take from them now. And I'm gonna force them to their knees.
What is it you're really after, Oz?
We're gonna tear down the Empire from the inside out.
Yo,
You know, Oz, people underestimate you, but not me. I've always known you were capable of more.
oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, let's talk about that. Yo, that looked crazy. How in the hell did they make a damn Sopranos series based on the Penguin? Shit, Matt Reeves, salute. Listen, obviously you can't grade a show on the trailer. That's what trailers are meant to do. They're meant to get you hype and invested in the show, and you hope the show is as good as the trailer or better, right? You know, we've seen certain trailers that were better than the movie, i.e. Suicide Squad. But then we've also seen trailers that weren't so good and the movie was fantastic. But I gotta say, I'm in. Like, I was in already, but I'm in now. I love the whole family, who gets to be the head uh aspect to it. Meanwhile, the Penguin is trying to do his thing, but the brother and the sister are trying to get what's theirs. And so clearly there's going to be a fight for who's at the top. I love the backdrop of Gotham and how it's all jacked up from what happened in the Batman with the Riddler and that whole element. I love that I don't know this for sure. I believe there's reports that saying that uh um there may be maybe not Batman but Bruce Wayne sighting in this film. I hope that if they do utilize Robert Pattinson, that it's just as Bruce Wayne. And if they do a Batman thing, it's more like mentioned or in the background somewhere, because based off what I saw, it's not needed, yo. Batman is not needed in this series. And that's crazy to hear someone say that they're gonna have a series about a Batman character and Batman not be in it. But I hope they don't bring him in. And if they do, I hope it's very, very small part, like real quick in and out, because that shit look gangster. I am in. What do y'all think of this trailer? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Do me a favor. If you like the content, click that like button and subscribe and share with others. We have a big goal of reaching our first 1,000 subscribers, and we need your help. So again, if you like what you see, click that like button and subscribe for more content. And share with others who would also like this content. Until the next one. Peace.